And it's Gary Spain here for Irish Football Fan TV with my 3 talking points on Republic of Ireland 1, Lithuania 0. Well, certainly the goal in so late does put a better gloss on this. But the thing I want to talk about, and I know I'm a bit biased on this, but this is one of the hard ones to defend, is are these friendlies a waste of time? I have these debates because I am a huge fan of international football, obviously the Republic of Ireland, but also just in general. I mean, I would have been following the World Cup qualifiers and I'd have been following a lot of the friendlies and everything. And I suppose the argument I get into is, are these friendlies a bit of a waste of time? I mean, particularly at this stage of the season, there's massive games across the water in the Premier League and the Champions League. Really getting to the business end of the season, FA Cup semi-finals, etc. coming up. And I know Belgium left out a lot of the players last Saturday, but let's face it, there are a lot of fans in this country whose main focus is on their club team and maybe their Premier League team rather than their League of Ireland side. But I do find it hard to defend maybe the number of friendlies that we play, and maybe some of the crowd. Now, I actually thought the attendance side 30,000 was a decent enough attendance, given it was a Tuesday night, a cold Tuesday night, and it was Lithuania, who aren't exactly the most attractive opposition. But a friend sent me a photo from, he was in Vienna tonight for Austria-Scotland. It looked to be empty. I don't know whether the Scots outnumbered the Austrians now. I didn't get to see the whole ground. Okay, maybe someone can check the attendance. I doubt it was very, very big. And look, there were a number of these friendlies played across Europe tonight. France were at home, Belgium at home to Burkina Faso. France are playing South Africa and it's still going on. England, Ivory Coast, even games like Malta and Kuwait. I mean, okay, it does help. I'm sure Stephen Kenny was delighted to get it and delighted for Troy. But these are the kind of games that can be difficult to defend, given there's such a demand on players in the modern game and they're playing so many matches. And anyway, what are your thoughts? What are your arguments? I mean, as I said, I'm a real fan of international football, but some of my mates, these are the tough ones to defend. Second thing I want to talk about, set pieces. I know I spoke about them on Saturday, and that was defending the set pieces. Look, I think where I'm coming from is this has been a traditional strength for Irish football. And if you want to say, go back to the way maybe we played for a long time, even in our most successful sides, under Jack, under Mick, etc. Really what we were about was we were very solid at the back. We were tough to beat. We may not have created a huge amount, but we were always a threat at set pieces, and sometimes we relied on them too many times for our goals. But I just felt on Saturday, and even today Conor Horan came in and was on set pieces. I just felt that the quality is not there. Now, I know we've Jamie McGrath potentially, if he gets a run of club football, to come back. And what's the situation with Robbie Brady at Bournemouth? I know he's been really unfortunate and everything with injuries, but I suppose for me, I don't see that we are the threat, or nothing like the threat we used to be. I think a couple of free kicks were really frustrating. Free kick went straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Corners went too close to the goalkeeper as well. There was one or two good deliveries and people didn't get on the end of them. But for me, it was a bit frustrating tonight. I thought it could have been better. Is there somebody, maybe Ryan Manning should have had a chance at some of them. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do we need a Robbie Brady or Jamie McGrath? Should we start somebody just for their set piece ability? Certainly, I think if it's going to be a close call, I would definitely have someone on the team who's got. It's not so much that they're particularly bad, but they're just not good enough. And I mean, for me, maybe one of the best exponents of them was David Beckham. I know he gets a lot of criticism, and maybe he was never the superstar that he got the praise for, but it's very hard to remember anyone who had his quality at delivering set pieces. And from our perspective, look, Robbie Brady was the one in the most recent past who, for me, has superb delivery, and hopefully he's still pretty young, and still time to come back. Anyway, let me know what you think. Final thing I want to talk about is Troy Parrott, because look, there's been a lot of talk. Look, he's been the hope. I first saw Troy playing down at Merview when he was 16 in a friendly against Turkey, and there was already a bit of hype at that stage because it was the second friendly of an under-16 friendly in Galway, and he scored a great goal. And there was even a bit of buzz then that he was one of the reasons I drove from Dublin, probably the main reason, to be honest. I do go and support our teams, but I drove down from Dublin to Galway in midweek to just to get a look at him, because there was already the bit of a buzz at that stage. And went to Tottenham, and then he did so well for us in the under-17s, particularly that finals in England. And he scored so many goals in Chesterfield, George's Park, etc. And it's still frustrating the way that the Dutch went on to win that, having beaten us on penalties. But there had been a feeling he'd lost his way. Now, he had come back really well at MK Dons recently. His manager had praised him, and he'd really sacrificed himself for the team, which is good to see. He's still only 20. He's still a very young man. And he didn't get to start tonight. Should he have started? Possibly. There's certainly, watching the 90 minutes, there's no doubt he should have started, because he came off the bench and he played really well. He forced the keeper into a magnificent save, probably the save of the night, and I thought, okay, shame, but could have been the winner. But then, still time, the 97th minute, and what an effort it was. And he's given Stephen Kenny a good problem. And look, it's great to see. He has the potential, the star potential, and to be the star we all hope he will be. And certainly tonight was a very good night for Troy. He had scored for us before. He'd scored in Andorra, but this was his first goal in the Aviva, and it's got to be special. What a goal! And despite the opposition, it was a 97th minute winner. And everyone is going home, well, apart from the Lithuanians, but every Irish person, I think, is going home happy tonight because of Troy. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got a real player for the future and for the qualifying campaign, for the Nations League this year, and for the qualifying campaign for Euro 2024.